There's a little Australian fella in the airport, you see, sitting in the airport, and opposite is the most beautiful girl he's ever seen. And he said, he plucks up courage, he said, excuse me, can I get you a drink? And she said, oh, that'd be nice, yeah. So he brings her a drink. He says, can I ask you, why are you travelling? You going on holiday? She said, no. She said, I am the president of the Nymphomaniac Society of the world. She says, and what I'm doing, I'm travelling the universe to find out which race of men are the greatest lovers in the world. And he said, is that a fact? Have you arrived at any conclusions? She said, yes, without a doubt, the greatest lovers in the world are the North American Indians. He said, get away. And who was second? She said, the second race of greatest lovers are the Jewish race. He said, I'd have never believed it. She said, but can I ask you your name? He said, yes, it's Hiawatha Goldberg. There's this shark swimming around the English Channel, and he comes to this little squid. He said, hello, squid, you don't look well. And the squid said, no. He said, I'm not well. He said, you know why you're not well? He said, no. He said, this water's too cold for you. You shouldn't be in the English Channel. You should be in the Pacific or the Mediterranean somewhere. What? He said, no. He said, I couldn't make it. It's all right for you, shark. He said, look, don't worry about it. Get on my shoulder. I'll give you a lift. Next stop, the Mediterranean. 3 days later, there they are, swimming around the Mediterranean, and in the distance, there's a big barracuda. And the shark swims right up to the barracuda. He says, here's that 6 quid I owe you. There's 4 golfers, and they play golf every Sunday morning, you see. It's been going on for ages, and one day the wives take exception to it. Look, they said, you're at work all the week, the kids never see you, you're out playing golf on Sunday. It's got to stop. And they put the block on it. And about 3 months goes past, one of them phones up the others. He said, we haven't played golf for 12 weeks. Surely they can't object if we have a game on Sunday. And they all meet on the first tee. When they get there, one of them says, this is the most expensive game of golf I ever played in my life. Do you know, before I could come here today, I had to buy the wife a new fur coat. The other one said, what about me? Her and her mother want to go on the Mediterranean on a cruise. He said, I had to pay for that. The other one says, I had to give my wife 1,000 quid and let her loose in Harrods. And the last one says, yes? He said, well, what? He said, no, it didn't cost me a penny. I said, how'd you manage that? He said, I was laying in bed this morning. I turned to the wife. I said, golf course or intercourse? And she said, don't forget your sweater. If you don't laugh at this one, I'm going. There's this fella, you see, he comes home from work midday, and his wife, who was very flat-chested, has suddenly developed this beautiful bosom. He looks at her, he says, what happened to you? She says, you are not going to believe this. She said, but some gypsies knocked at the door this morning. They sold me a mirror, and the head gypsy said, the first time you look into that mirror, any wish you wish for will be granted. She said, I didn't believe them. She said, away they went. And I thought there was nothing to do, so I said, mirror, mirror on the door, make my bust a 44. Isn't it wonderful? She said, look. And he said, yeah, it looks great, yeah. She said, I'm going down the town to get a bra. She said, could you get your own lunch? He said, yes. So away she goes. And he stands there looking at this mirror. Would you like to finish it? And he thinks, I bet they were kidding her. So he says, mirror, mirror on the door, make my ding-a-ling touch the floor. and his bloody legs fell off. Don't do these on the telly, do it now.